Welcome back, guys, and I'm super excited to show y'all the newest firearm in the collection, this Kel Tec Sub 2000 Gen 2 in 9mm. So the Kel Tec Sub 2000 is a polymer framed rifle, and while many people do shy away from polymer frames, you have to think all Glocks are made of polymer frames, at least for the lower, and you're not shooting 300 blackout through this thing, you're shooting a 9mm round, which polymers are more than capable of handling. On top of that, polymers allow you to have a much lighter weight rifle overall, and they're a little bit less expensive to replace if something breaks on them versus metal. The biggest difference between the first and second generation is that on the second generation we do get a full iron sight that's both windage and elevation adjustable, as well as a threaded barrel for anyone wanting to add a suppressor. On the backside, we do have a 3-position stock now, although the changes are quite minute, and we also get a better locking mechanism that keeps the gun a little bit sturdier in its compact locked position. This rifle comes in both 9mm and 40 Smith & Wesson. I opted for 9mm because you get a few extra rounds capacity, along with 9mm is cheaper and it shoots a little bit faster. And with a 115 grain bullet, if I'm shooting within 50 yards of a hog or something, I ought to be able to hit it with enough power and force that's going to bring that hog down ethically. Now, of course, the biggest selling point of this rifle is the fact that it folds up in half, as you can see here. Very easy to put in a backpack. It's a great secondary firearm. And with this new locking mechanism, you don't have to worry about it coming apart or loose. It is very, very tight and sturdy, as you can see, so no worries there. And the second biggest popularity thing with this particular rifle is the fact that instead of Kel Tec saying, hey, we're going to make our own clips and up the price on them, this magwell will accept either Smith & Wesson or Glock clips. I do not have either one of those pistols right now, but when I do in the future, I can not only use it for my pistols, but I can throw them here into my Kel Tec and use them in here as well. To get this gun ready to fire, all you need to do is pull back on these black tabs, bring the barrel all the way forward until the trigger guard comes back into place, put a magazine in, push the bolt in, and then set it on to fire and you're ready to shoot. Overall, the rifle is very easy to clean. If you get an obstruction in the barrel, all you have to do is simply hold down your trigger guard, let it up a little bit, use a wire or a stick to clear that obstruction, and then you're ready to shoot again. Now, if you're going to do a more thorough clean, all you got to do is use a punch or take a screwdriver, put some duct tape on the end, punch out this metal tab on the back, and that's going to take off your buttstock, as well as your holder for the front barrel whenever you collapse it. And then you can take out your spring, your tube, your bolt, all of that, which you can clean very easily. Now, I have to warn you, it is a little difficult getting this pin back in place. However, with a little bit of time and effort and practice, it does get easier to clean this firearm. I absolutely love this rifle. I've only shot about 30 rounds so far through it, and while there are many positives to it, there are a few drawbacks. To start off, this front sight sits incredibly low, and it's very difficult to see through the factory sights. You really have to smush your face down into this tube on the back, and that's a complaint many people have had. However, I'm going to mitigate this by adding a red dot on an easy attachment that sits a little bit higher so it's easier to see out of. A few other things I would like to see: the front sight made out of aluminum rather than polymer, just because it'll make it a little bit more durable, and since it sticks out from the rest of the rifle, it's more liable to get damaged. The trigger, I would like to see that made out of aluminum to give it a better feel, and the trigger guard would be nice in aluminum as well. Now, the feeding ramp is also made of polymer, and I'll be interested in time to see how it does when you shoot 5,000 rounds through it or so, if it needs to be replaced or if it holds up. Overall, I really do like this rifle, and I would recommend it to anybody interested in a $430, easy-to-go backpack gun that's going to be reliable and take to the woods. This will not be the last time you see this rifle on the channel. We're going to do a bit of shooting with it. I'm going to show you how to assemble and disassemble it. And the one I'm really looking forward to, once we get a red dot sight on here, we're going to try to do some hog hunting with the 9mm cartridge. Since we're going to be well within 75 yards or so, it's going to be a completely acceptable round to take game fairly, and we just need to get a few of these hogs out of here, and I'll be interested to see how the 9mm does for that. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share, like, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.